I cannot stop thinking about the Thunderbolts movie. At the end of the movie, we get a quick glimpse of Bob's home life. We see that it was very abusive. Specifically, we see a scene where Bob's dad is screaming at him and his mom. Like childhood Bob is trying to like protect his mom, and his dad is screaming, "You think you're a hero, Bob?" And for some reason, his mom is also screaming at him, saying, "Stop it, Bob. You're just making things worse. You only make things worse." And I genuinely felt like I was looking in a mirror. I remember when I was 11 years old, I woke up one day at 6 a.m., 6 in the morning, because I heard a loud thud outside of my bedroom, like wall. So I get up, I open the door, and I see my mom's boyfriend drew her up against the wall and was choking her. I proceeded to scream at him to stop, and luckily he did. Once he like let go of her, he walked outside, like he opened the door and he just sat down and started crying. And my immediate thought was, why the fuck are you crying? You just tried to murder my mother, and I'm not crying. She's not crying, but you are. What the fuck is wrong with you? Growing up, I lived in a household that was very abusive. My boyfriend, my mother's boyfriend was very physically, mentally, and sexually abusive to her. And because of that, because I grew up in that house, obviously I grew up in a very mentally fucked up state because I was exposed to all of that. And it heavily impacted me. To this day, I have still never recovered. I haven't healed in any way, shape, or form. I am still all kinds of fucked up in the mind, in the head. And watching this Thunderbolts movie, a Marvel movie of all things, was difficult because the entire movie, I felt like these characters were like different aspects of myself. Like in the beginning of the movie, Yelena says that she feels like something's wrong with her. She feels this emptiness, this void inside of her. And yeah, I know what that feels like. My entire life, I felt like there's something wrong with me, that I'm different, that I'm not okay. Growing up, I had a hard time like making friends, right? I had a hard time talking to people. Part of that is because I'm just naturally kind of shy. But another part of that is was I didn't know how to deal with all of the stuff that was happening to me. Like emotionally, I didn't know what was going on. All I knew is that I was always angry and sad and scared all the goddamn time. I always felt like I was different from other people because I would always see other people just living their life, just hanging out, having fun, playing when it was like recess or talking during classes. And then they would like hang out outside of school as well. They would go to each other's houses or go to like the movies and stuff like that. And then there was me, who was always the weird, very awkward, shy kid in the corner who wouldn't talk to anybody and had no friends. I tried my best to interact with other people, to try and make friends, but I could never quite do it. I was always weird, and and like I pretty much never had real friends growing up. Like not really. There were people that I like talked to during class or recess, but like there was always this distance between me and them. Like I could tell that the only reason they were talking to me is because they felt sorry for me, you know. So there was always that disconnect. I never really had friends. And ever since I graduated school, like 7 years ago, 'cause I'm currently 25. I graduated 2018. So it's been like 7 years. I still don't really have friends, right? I have like two people that I talk to, and that's about it, you know? And even then, we don't talk all the time. We barely hang out in real life. A part of that is just because life is crazy, you know? We don't always have time to hang out. But even then, we usually only really watch like movies. And I remember at the end of the movie, during the scene where Yelena's talking to what's his name? Alexei, her dad, stepdad, I guess. I don't know. Found family. She says that she doesn't do anything. She just stays home, watches TV, like eats junk food, scrolls online, and then she like goes to work. And that she feels like empty and that her life has no purpose. She doesn't know what to do with her life. And I can relate to that, you know? I don't really do anything with my life. I kind of stay home. I watch YouTube. I play video games. I make videos because I don't really have anything else to do, you know? A big part of that is mostly just because what I I don't know what to do. I still have a hard time talking to people. I try and like I don't even know where I would go to like really make friends. Like when you're an adult, like what do you do? Like I guess there's work, but I currently don't have a job. And it's definitely not for a lack of trying. Applications after applications, I send them, I try to look for jobs, and I pretty much never hear back, right? I send applications and then maybe sometimes like months after I send the application, I receive an email being like, sorry, but we decided to go with somebody else. And maybe like I get interviews 2 or 3 times a year, maybe. And it's always the same thing. Like I don't get the job. You always hear back. If I hear back, it's always like, sorry, we decided to go for somebody else. I'm like, okay, your website said urgent hiring, and I don't hear back from you for like 6 months. What the fuck? Like, what's going on? You know? So I don't really have money. So like, what am I gonna do to like meet people and make friends and relationships? Forget about it. Like that ain't happening anytime soon. I'm I'm lonely, you know. I really am. I think it's implied in the Thunderbolts movie that Bob is like suicidal. I watched the movie like three weeks ago, and I have like a bad memory, so I'm already forgetting stuff about the movie. But I'm pretty sure it's implied that he was like suicidal, right? That he like wants to die or he tried killing himself. I know when they're like in the bunker, he's like, "It's okay, you guys, you like the three of you guys focus on escaping, and I'll stay here. It'd be best for everybody if I just stay here and die, right?" I have tried 3 times, 3 different times, 3 failures. And the last time I tried, I was like 16, maybe. And the only reason I haven't tried again is because I just don't have the energy. You know, I really don't want to be alive, to be honest, because I just don't really see a purpose in keeping keeping on. Like, why am I gonna wake up in the morning just to like watch YouTube, play video games, jack off? What am I doing with my life? You know, growing up, I had a dream of being a game developer. I wanted to make video games. And the reason I thought I wanted to do that was because I liked video games. I loved playing video games, right? It was something that I did that made me happy. Looking back, the reason why I wanted to be a game developer is because I used video games as a way to ignore everything that was going on around me. You know, like the screaming, the crying, the physical, the hitting sounds. I used video games as a way to escape. And I realized the reason video games made me happy, right? Escaping, playing as Mario, running around with Princess Peach Castle, using a water gun, exploring space, uh, kart racing, you know, playing as Sonic the Hedgehog, this little blue rat. I know he's a hedgehog, shut up. With a sword. uh, Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes. The first video game I ever played was Sonic Heroes. I don't know. I use video games as a way to escape. Um, and so I had a dream where I wanted to be a game developer. But I realized at some point, I'm not even sure when exactly I realized this. I don't actually want to be a game developer because I like the act of like coding, like making a game. I hate it. I tried doing it. It fucking sucks. It's not fun. I'm not that kind of person. I can't code. But I realized what my actual dream was is that I wanted to do something that would make people happy, would give people the same escapism, the same sanctuary, the same joy, and just being able to ignore all of the hurt that they were experiencing. I wanted to make video games because I wanted other people to use video games as a way to find happiness and to ignore the pain that they were going through. And so nowadays, I realize that my actual dream is that I just want to make people happy. But I don't know how to do that. Like, what am I going to do? I can't even get a goddamn job at McDonald's. Like, how am I going to give people the same escapism that I had when I was growing up? How am I going to help those scared little boys and girls that just want to find some source of joy in their life? Sorry. Um, I make YouTube videos because it's something that I enjoy doing. And, you know, I, I don't have, like I said, I don't have a job. So this is something to do with my life. You know, like I sit down, I record, or not record, I write scripts, I record, I edit. Like it's something to keep me occupied. It's something to do with my life. Do I necessarily want to become a YouTuber? I don't know. Maybe. Like I guess it's a job, you know, if I could make money from this, cool. You know, that'd be nice, but I don't necessarily know if it's something that I really want to do with my life. I suppose this is a way for me to fulfill my dream, theoretically. But like, what is my channel? I talk about gotcha games. I talk about glorified gambling simulators, you know? Like, how's that gonna help a kid, you know? How's that gonna give them joy in life? It's not, you know? Because kids definitely shouldn't be playing gotcha games. In gambling, they should not be exposed to this kind of stuff. But if you've been paying attention to the channel, I've talked about it in some videos, I think. I've been mainly talking about it in like the community post. I've been trying to like step away from gotcha games and make more traditional gaming content. I'm working on a Shadow Generations video. I'm working on a Dynasty Warriors Origin video. I recently bought Arc Gotham Knights and Kingdom Come Deliverance because both of them were on a giga discount. I bought both of them for like $20 combined. I think each of them was $10. So I was like, hey, you know what? Why not? May as well buy them. And I might make a video about them. I'm not sure. But I want to take the channel in a different direction, I suppose. Make things more fun and, happy. I don't want to talk about these stupid gacha games anymore. But then I don't know. It's weird that a Marvel movie, of all things, really made me feel as much as I did. you know, Watching the scene of Yelena saying, "Daddy, I'm so lonely," or "Daddy, I'm so alone." Every scene with Bob, his traumatic childhood. It's been a long time since I've really watched a movie and felt such a strong emotional reaction because I can't stop thinking about the movie. I'm still thinking about it. But I'm glad I watched the movie because I haven't really thought about this stuff in a while. Like, don't get me wrong, I've cried myself to sleep plenty of times, but I haven't really sat down and thought about everything in a long time. I really tried to like confront my emotions. It's been a while, you know, and I think this was good for me, you know. It's kind of sad that a Marvel movie made me do that. But like, I don't really have anybody to talk to. I can't talk to my mom. I tried in the past, and she just doesn't care, I think. And like, I have my two friends, but one of them is also going through a mental breakdown, as far as I can tell. I'm pretty sure he's going through his own stuff. So I was like, I don't really think it's a good idea to really talk to him about what I'm going through. I don't really think it'd be good for him. And then my other friend, anyways. But yeah, so I figured why not make a video? I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this. Maybe I will. We'll see. May as well talk into the ether. You know, I don't really expect anybody to watch this video, but may as well just throw it out there. You know. So yeah, Superman, the movie coming out soon. I'm really excited for that movie. Yeah, like it's been a while since we've really had like a real Superman. You know, the symbol of hope, the premier superhero. I'm super excited for that movie, bro. I cannot wait. It's coming out in June. It's coming out no, July. Is it next month or the month after that? I can't remember. It's in June or July. I can't remember. But I'm excited. I need some joy in my life. I need some happiness. So I'm super excited for Superman. The DC universe might finally be good again. I love DC. I actually like it more than Marvel. I like both of them, but I've always had a preference for DC. So I'm excited. I'm happy. You yeah. I think I'm done. Like I could definitely talk about more stuff. I could talk about my own sexual abuse, but I think this video is heavy enough as it is. So maybe some other time. Probably not, but we'll see. I thank you for watching, I suppose, if you made it this far. I know I've been smiling a lot throughout this video, but I don't know what else to do with my face. This is really difficult to talk about, and laughing and smiling is like a weird reaction, the guttural reaction that I'm having to doing this. So I know it's weird, but whatever. Thank you for watching. I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Like I said, I'm working on a Shadow Generations video. Hopefully that'll come out soon. So hopefully you like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.